Hey everybody, my name is Jim Perry. Welcome to Backroads Metal Detecting. So it's Saturday morning and I am at a local park. This morning I've got a metal detecting class that I'll be teaching called Metal Detecting Adventures. This class was offered monthly through our community ed program, starting in May through today being the last class of the year. This is in addition to a couple of other camps that I lead throughout the summer, one for a week-long, 2 different sessions per day camp for gifted and talented students in the area, and the other one throughout the summer for about 6 weeks for at-risk youth in an area community. There are many lessons to be learned from metal detecting, and I've learned a lot over the last year and a half, and am honored and grateful to be able to share those lessons with others. So I'm all set up here at the park. I've got a small area seated for the participants to practice in. The coins that I have seated the area with are not buried. I just want to get a detector in their hands, teach them how to swing it, how to use a pinpointer, and then the plan is to head out into the woods, kind of over in that area afterward for some actual metal detecting. Class runs from 9 to noon today, so we've got a good amount of time to spend out there seeing what we might be able to find. We've got a few minutes here before they show up, see if anything might turn up aside from all of the coins that I've seeded the park with. So first target on top of the hill here, kind of above where I've seeded the area, and I know you can't hear it because I have my headphones on, but coming in very high. Kind of 95 to 98, even a 99 here, which could indicate that it is silver. We'll take a look to see what this is together. I've already flipped the plug. See, for sure it is here. Soil's fairly dry. We've had a little rain, but not too bad. And I see something here. It's a button. In a minute, I want to clean this up. I've been back and forth over this area multiple different times over the last year and a half. Let me see what this might be interesting. I have not run into this. So it's in pretty rough shape. Most of the finish on the front of it has worn off. I can't tell if that's silver plating or just silver coloring. The back is pretty rusted out. It is a 2-piece button. I'm assuming something newer, maybe not brand new, but again, excited about the ORX here. Small, high frequency 9.5 by 5 elliptical coil paired with the Coin Fast program today, and actually running Coin Deep if I feel like there's a signal that's a little bit scratchy and I can't quite tell what it is. I've been back and forth across this small section of the park multiple times, and this has not come up. And it's been here. This is down probably 3 inches or so. So, very cool. My class participants should be showing up in a bit here. I might get to dig another hole or two before they get here, but very cool. Glad to leave with that today either way. So, slight change in plans. The mom of the participant for my class this morning just emailed and said that her son woke up not feeling well. So we are going to reschedule today's class for another Saturday. That works out just fine for me. That way he still gets to have the experience. So I am going to head out to another permission, the one I've been at a couple of times this week, out at a field in the area where a home and farm were there. I'm suspecting like the late mid 1800s. I found a couple of axe heads out there, a small toy, a couple of other items, lots of ammunition, and actually a hammerhead just a couple of days ago. So we'll see what else might turn up. I might move out kind of from the really trashy area to where there's far fewer signals to see what might turn up a little bit farther out. So I am here. Again, if you remember, the home sat here kind of on top of this hill. I found quite a few things down the hill behind it. I might get to that today, but I really have not hit this side of the field behind where a very large barn was at one time. So I might start here, see what might turn up. There's a whole lot of trash behind me. See if there's less down there, and see what might turn up today for relics. So got my detector in the vehicle. We'll get it out and get started here in a minute. So, making my way back and forth across the field here, kind of to behind the property, and I don't have anywhere near enough time to show all of the targets that I've dug, but part of a hose, looks like probably a washer, a piece of horse tack, and then a huge amount of kind of bent up, chopped up coppers out here. All fairly old nonetheless. And then this has got to be down, turn my pinpointer off, at least 8 inches from where I pulled it. Another piece of, I'm assuming, horse tack. Looks like this probably was attached onto something somewhere. So we'll head back and forth a bit. I'll show the interesting targets and then kind of do a wrap up at the end with everything that I've found today. So I'm making my way from the back part of the property. There's a river behind those trees. Several structures were kind of off in this area. Pretty quiet back there, getting definitely louder, lots of iron grunts here. Making my way up toward the front of the property where the home sat, and very strong signal, 90, 91, 92. And just pop the plug. Where is it? There it is. And I've got something that definitely looks interesting. I have no idea what this is yet. We clean this off together and take a quick peek. What on earth is this? Okay, so it's definitely bent up. I'm doubting that this is the design. Can't tell if the other end has been broken off or not. I want to clean this up and see if there's anything on it that I can make out. Give me just a second. So I have absolutely no idea what this is or was. I don't see any markings on the back at all. I was able to straighten it out. I'm assuming that it was straight, and this end here obviously was broken off. It looks like it was matching to that. I don't know if this was attached onto something. I have no idea. This is by far the coolest thing I have found out here ever. Really, really cool design on it. Interesting piece. If anyone has an idea what this might be, please let me know. Very, very cool. I'm certain that there are other things like this out here that I'll be able to dig up. So you might be able to see the farmers in this area of southeast Minnesota are harvesting the corn crops now. Beans are about out, and they are on to working on the corn. So making my way up closer to the home itself, and next target is down probably 5 or 6 inches. Pulled the dirt out. I can already see there's something round in there. Take a look to see together what it is. I found it kind of looks like it might be a washer. I'm finding lots of them this size here, but this is solid. So this is the second one of these, the other design that I found last year. This would be a horse bridle rosette. I am strongly suspecting. So this would go and hold the leather straps that go across the brow and down kind of the side of the horse's face. It holds those two pieces of leather together. Only the second or third bridle rosette that I've ever found. I'll have to take a look online, see if I can get an idea of how old this might be. Not certain, in very, very nice shape. So, very, very cool. See what else might turn up here. I do not believe the luck that I'm having today. So, right there is where the bridle rosette hole was. 4 feet away, large iron of chunk of iron. About 3 feet away from that, flipped this chunk of dirt, and out popped this. I have not looked to see if there's anything on it yet, or if it is whole. It is. And it is old. This, I want to very carefully here see if I can get the back cleaned off to see if there's a maker's mark on it. Give me 1 second. So, another very unexpected find today. This is a Carlton silver-plated spoon. I just looked it up online. I was able to straighten it out very, very carefully and clean it up just slightly. I don't want to damage any more of the silver plating, so I'm going to wait until I get home to finish up with that. Beautiful design on here. I don't know if because of the sunlight, if you're going to be able to see that, but absolutely gorgeous. Carlton silver-plated spoons, from what I'm very quickly seeing, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, maybe even in the 1950s or so. I think I've hit the sweet spot here. It's funny, this spring I would have said I was done with this field. New detector, high frequency coil, running a little bit differently, and the goods are coming up. It's funny how my change in plans today, with class being canceled, led me out to all of these farm field relics. Very cool. Okay, well, maybe another 20 feet away. Squeaky tone. There was a nail in it. Pulled that out. The pinpointer, I saw the nail right away, put the pinpointer down, and I'm seeing what I believe is a buckle. Absolutely a buckle. Oh, and it is in beautiful shape. Last one I found out here, the centerpiece was iron and it was all rusted to it. This one is all brass. It has not fallen apart at all and still moves freely. Oh, I love finding these. Don't know if it was probably to a strap, I would assume, on a horse strap, so horse tack, being that there were some buildings back behind the home here that most likely held farm animals as well. Very cool. So I had to move out of the wind. It's pretty chilly here in southeast Minnesota this morning. So with that, I am going to call it a morning. Ironically, I did better today than I probably have ever done in this field before, and the only reason I ended up out here was because of a canceled class this morning. So let me get the things that I found this morning set out and show them to you real quickly before I head home to some other errands and obligations today. Still working on harvesting the field over there. Again, the home would have been up here on this property. Made my way across the far side of the field back to behind where some other structures were here, in my way up here, intentionally avoiding where the home itself stood, trying to get to some things that I may not have hit before with a brand new detector, and ironically I did. These are my treasures from today. Aside from finding all kinds of pop tabs, bottle tops, and pop cans, finding more and more horse tack out here, which is absolutely normal. Another buckle for sure to a horse strap. Guessing that this might be to a horse strap as well, a leather strap for that. The silver-plated spoon, complete surprise finding that today. This small silverish piece, I'll have to do some research on that when I get home again. If anyone has an idea what that is, let me know. With a Native American design on it. Looks like the opposite side broke off, so I'm not exactly sure what that is. And then the horse bridle rosette. I also will be looking that up to see how old that might be. Very interesting pieces. Very grateful for each and every one of them today. 1 year ago today, I recorded the first Backroads metal detecting video on a day that I thought would be my last hunt of the season. It turned out not being that, and I had my most significant find last year just a couple weeks after that with the American Legion World War I graveside marker. It has been a very interesting year. For those of you who have been following me all that time, thank you. I do appreciate it. This is video number 95 or 96, I believe, and I have no intention of stopping. My whole objective here is to share the stories for these items that I find. Every item found has a story to tell. Sometimes it just takes a little digging to figure out what that story is. If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing in order to be able to follow my adventures. As always, thanks for joining me again today. Hope to see you again soon.